Hi there. Welcome to our podcast. I'm Shannon from Offbeat Productions, and I'm here with Bob today.
I'm here too. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. We thought we'd do a podcast about branding. Do you know what's on Instagram all the time now that drives me nuts? A lot of people ask me about this, so I'm right. They always start with, everybody asks me about branding. No one's ever asked.
Does anybody ask you about branding?
No. But we're going to do this podcast. Why? Because we think maybe somebody will get value from this.
Yeah, I had a friend asked me about this last night. I said I was doing a podcast, and she said, about what? And I said, we're going to do it about our business, about branding and promotional products. Why do you do promotional products?
Yeah.
That's a good question to answer, and I think we can answer that in a variety of ways.
People spend a lot of money on this.
There is no shortage of promotional product business in the world. And I think no matter where you are, you can look around in your current environment and find promo products.
I mean, think about this. How many companies do you run into that go, no, we don't have a single thing with our name on it?
I don't think anybody, unless you're just starting, but then at least you have pens.
Something, right?
Or a hat or something.
You'd be bankrupt if you didn't advertise somehow, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the easiest thing, is give somebody something that they can hold on to.
Yeah, and when you're trying to get your brand, formulate your brand and get it out in the world, we talk about something called brand impressions.
Yeah.
So, for example, if I have this water bottle, it says Offbeat on it. If somebody has this, they take it to the gym, they take it to work. Every time someone sees this, it's a brand impression.
Yeah.
So what you put your logo on really matters.
If you hit them in the head with it, it might leave a real impression as well.
So when we're talking about promo products, you can talk about, there's a couple terms. So there's ROI, right? So how much money are you spending on your promos?
Yep.
And how many brand impressions are you getting for that budget? If you spend your money on something that ends up in the garbage after one use, okay, well, I think there's a place for some of that. But normally I try to steer people towards promo products that are useful, high quality, that people are going to use over and over, and you get all of those brand impressions. So that ends up being sometimes even years or even decades of ROI.
For sure. If you use it, you get ROI. If you throw it away, have you ever been to a trade show and collected a whole bunch of stuff?
Oh, yeah.
What happens when you get home and you
I dump it out and I go through it, and, sometimes, you can do something like a chocolate and, you eat it and that's it. But I like that too. So,
but don't you throw a lot of it out?
I do, because I'm picky about promo products.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all those people spent, we'll occasionally get a call like 50 cents. Can you do something for $1? And it's like,
well, you can.
You can.
You can
how do you make it
find,
memorable?
Well, I think, here's something that I think we talked about recently. Remember when we went to London and we stayed in that hotel we really liked? It was kind of like near Big Ben.
Yep.
And they gave us like a travel wine opener.
I remember.
And it worked really well. It was not an expensive item, but I kept it for years and years until I tried to take it on carry-on, and
you just got that taken away.
Yeah,
didn't you?
it got confiscated.
Yeah.
So
I
was
get that back.
I was really sad, and I even talked to them. And I said, well, I didn't say this, but I'm thinking, how am I going to hijack a plane with a corkscrew?
Everyone stand still.
I was sad when I lost that promotional product, because it was also a souvenir of a great time.
I have a solution.
Make a new one?
No, go back to London. Stay at that place.
Hey, that's a good idea.
Do you remember where it was?
Do you think they're still doing
what was the name of the hotel?
Park Place, I think.
And you know that because you stared at it forever.
Yeah, because that's what we're talking about with the brand impressions. Yeah. I literally had that thing for years, and I used to carry it, when I was traveling or whatever, because it's small and lightweight, and I saw that name of that hotel so many times. That's a lot of brand impressions.
So would you consider that hotel if you went back to London?
Absolutely. I would look for it first,
Because you remember that.
Because I remember it, and because I love I loved the feeling that I had when I was there. It was a very welcoming place. It was a great location. And so I associate those memories with, it's a promo product, but it was also a souvenir. There was some emotional attachment to it for me. But when back to ROI, I mean, how much did they spend on that?
Maybe $250, maybe.
Tops. I mean,
Tops.
maybe if they did a bunch of them, they probably spent under $2.
Yeah.
And think about how many impressions they got out of that. So I'm really interested to hear if any of you have had a similar experience. Have you had an emotional connection to a promotional product? I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. Let us know.
Yeah, I would too. Just for the record, I want to hear about it. I want to hear about it. I also want to know where you went. Was it a travel thing? Because
it doesn't have to be a travel-related thing. It could be anything.
Oh, yeah, it could be anything.
Anything that you kept for a long time that you really loved.
I want to hear what makes it through a convention, because at the end of a convention, I think I have 170 things, and I'm quick to go, this is cool.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of the, what do they call it, the litmus?
Test?
The witness test?
Can I get a litmus?
Don't.
All right, we'll be right back.
We will be right back.
Oh, hey guys, I didn't see you there. I was just rocking out to my favorite promo classics. Like Swagtown.
Swagtown, gotta love tchotchkes. Swagtown, it's stuff we all get.
And sweet promotions. How about all these things will need a logo, for those pop fans.
I need a logo, put on a scarf. I need a matching beanie that is state of the art.
We're an American brand. All your favorite promo classics in one place. Remember t-shirts?
T-shirts for free. Offbeat Productions will make them for free.
Or my favorite, still haven't got what I paid them for.
I just bought some branded t-shirts. Got them from an online store. Thought I would try my luck. I saved a couple bucks.
All these promo classics can be yours for a low price of, well, they won't even let me say the price. Just call the number.
Order your copy of Promo Classics now. Call Offbeat Productions.
The creators are not responsible for any sudden urge to buy novelty pins, oversized foam fingers, or logo emblazoned tote bags that listening to this album may induce. If symptoms persist, please consult your nearest sales rep. Offer not valid in areas where fun is banned, prohibited, or just frowned upon. This disclaimer does not imply any legal liability or responsibility for potential disappointment upon realizing the album is not real.
Call Offbeat Productions and we'll help you out 'cause we know all about it.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Shan, why do you think in the world of anybody can do our job? Almost anybody can start a company and order a pen from Bic and get an account.
Yeah.
Why use us?
Are you trying to say a monkey could do it?
Almost. A monkey with a computer.
Promo products are easy to get into as a business, but I don't think that they're easy to stay with as a business. You could sell an order of t-shirts, some hats, some pens.
Yeah.
But I guess longevity in the industry is something else.
Longevity is a big one.
Yeah.
You know what I tell people a lot? I go, it's not, everybody knows if you want a Bic pen, you can use Bic. Everybody knows that. But doing it long enough, you kind of know who not to use. And there are vendors that, we make it cheaper or something. And it's like, you wanted your pen to write?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Small detail. Yeah, and that does happen. And being in the business for such a long time, I really think that is a key point.
There's no replacing experience, is there? Mm-mm. The other thing that we do that I think is worth mentioning is, and I'll bet you people don't do this, we get samples in and we test them and decide about them. And I didn't do that I didn't even know what I made for 20 years. I was like, we made a shirt. Whatever. I never saw it. Your printer prints it, they send it to the client. But now we've taken the time to start to go, I want to know what it is we're putting out. Is this a good coffee mug? Or, well, this wouldn't be a coffee mug. Is this good drinkware? Does it spill? Does it?
Yeah.
I don't know until I touch it, play with it, and more importantly, give it to the kids.
Yeah.
Because they're the best, right? They'll break anything.
They will. We're going to talk a little bit about promotional products, what they really are. They aren't just these little things that you see everywhere. I mean, they are, but the real significance of a promo product is that it's this living, moving extension of your brand that moves around. People become attached to, people love it, hate it, keep it, throw it away. What they do with it matters.
Yeah.
Dan had a subject we should talk about, but he was also talking about confidence. And that made me think of, confidence in promotional products. Because your customers don't necessarily know what they want or know what type of pen
they
is
don't
going
see it
to
for the
write.
most part. They see it on the internet, but they don't touch and feel
They'll get it when they,
when it's too late.
When it's too late, or they're passing them out at the event and they're falling apart, or the pens don't write, or something like that. They need to have confidence in us because
I can address that
Yeah.
a little bit. When I first started, the guy I worked with bought some stuff for me to hand out, and it was a calendar with a little pen set. It was so bad that I was like, oh yeah, and I never handed them out. I told him I handed them all out. I just threw them away because I could not hand that out to anyone I knew.
it's embarrassing.
You're like, maybe I did hand it out once or something, and they were like, what the fuck is this? Right? You're like, oh, it's a joke. Watch this, bang. Let's smash it to pieces.
This is what I don't want you to buy.
Yeah. But he got a deal on it, right? And that's I think that happens to us sometimes is what can we get for nothing?
You feel like you feel a little cheap about it,
Yeah.
or you don't want to spend it, or you don't know if you're actually going to, people are going to care. But people do remember. I mean, you can make a good impression with your brand, or you can make an actual negative impression. And I think in that type of situation, you're actually taking 2 steps back with your brand.
Yeah,
Nobody
you are.
wants that. I mean, who's going to want that on their desk?
I'm working on something right now that they are on a budget, and it's a T-shirt, and it's a giveaway, and I know it. And they gave me a price and said, "Can you beat it?" Right? Mm-hmm. So I found 3 shirts that'll beat it, but I insisted that I send her all 3 shirts because of that exact reason. Mm-hmm. It's like, I'll beat it, but are you going to like the shirt?
Can you see your hand through it?
Yeah. Well, they don't. Those aren't. They used to be like that.
Or you wash it, and then it looks great for a couple of wears, and then it's like
a dog shirt.
The hem kind of goes like this, and it's twisted, and
they're not all created equal, are they?
no.
So I want to put it in their hands, and at this stage in our careers, like I want you to see all 3 and decide if this one's 15 cents more is worth it. Right?
Right.
Plus, they get free T-shirts. Who doesn't like a free T-shirt? You guys like
Me, maybe.
free T-shirts?
I don't know.
I have some old ones.
I'm really picky with promo products now. I mean, we get those samples in, and I'm like, yes, no. Give it
we've
to,
developed Shannon's. What do we call it? Shannon's.
Oh, yeah, I know. I'm kind of. I hate to admit it.
Picky?
I am kind of a little bit of a promo product snob.
Yeah. Why do you hate to admit it?
Well, because
how many promo products do you think you've seen in your life?
a lot. Yeah.
Hundreds?
More than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you think it's bad? Do you think people would not appreciate that you
Well,
know?
okay. I think they do appreciate it because I can save them time.
Yeah.
I don't want them to buy certain products because
Yeah.
I look at it through the lens of, yes, I've been in this business for a long time, but even so, would I keep it? And if it passes that test, I go,
Get
yes.
behind it.
I actually sat and tested. So these are branded little techie products and, extra juice for your phone, little chargers and things like that. Yeah. And I tested them. There's a speaker. There's some
You know what got
earbuds.
you though? What made you like them?
All right. This
is
is
good.
This is funny because I mean we have been in the business for a really long time. So the vendor sent us some samples and they put our logo on it.
Yeah. And we're like,
Which
oh,
I'm like, oh, and
after all these years.
after
like,
all
oh.
these years, it tickled me. I was like, ooh, that looks so. Oh, that
But that tells
Offbeat
you
logo
something.
looks so good on that. And like I wanted to order more and pass them out. As a self promo.
Yeah.
If you get these kind of curated items, that have passed the test of somebody who is an admitted promo product snob,
Yeah.
that
On a podcast.
I know.
Right?
I
You
know.
heard it.
I can't unsay it, but you want to put those products out in the world and create a good experience for the person that gets that product.
Yeah.
And even more than that, if you can create an emotional feeling or an emotional attachment because of a memory of the experience. So you're getting like a brand experience. That is really like promo products elevated, if you will.
Yeah. Or it's got to be a term in there, a brand experience or something.
Yeah.
Brand experience.
Yeah,
We'll work on that.
almost.
Cut that.
It's almost there.
Get rid of it.
We'll edit that out. If you can do that for, the person that trusts you with their brand,
Yeah.
and you can create these brand experiences, that's going to get a lot of customer loyalty.
Right.
People love that emotional connection. I mean,
I think also
do.
making the process easy is
Huge.
yeah.
Huge, like it's not their main thing. They're
Yeah.
not sitting there thinking about, the T-shirts I got to hand out at next month's event.
Yeah.
They got 15,
It's like
25
having
other
a
things.
good accountant. You don't want to look at all those numbers. You want to give it to the guy.
Let them do what they do well.
Yeah. We'll be right back.
I always wanted to have my own company. I really just like to do things different than normal contracting companies. My name's David Williams. My company's name is Crux Solutions. We started out as a handyman company in, I believe, 2019. I got my master's and became a fully fledged electrical company. We also became HVAC and gas line certified. Trades aren't easy, but I feel like if you give people, again, the right tools or give them ownership with the project that they're in, then they have a little bit more pride. There's purpose, it's, you get to drive by that building you did, a year later and you're like, oh yeah, I did that. There's certain electrical tools, electrical products that we use that you see that simple just logo and you get excited the fact that you're not running into the terrible one. So I think that's where I'm trying to go with my very own. So you got to have that positive reaction just in that immediate sense. That's why I like my logo is it's just simplistic and it's anchored into the company of people see that and they're like, oh yeah, that's Crux. You need that quick association. Some ways we use branded merch. We have the shirts, we have the hoodies, I have some cards, the wraps. We have some magnets coming through or stickers. I haven't decided which, probably some hats. We can put those magnets on panels that we've worked on. So any one time someone has an issue with the panel, they can be like, oh, I'm gonna call this guy. I think kind of the cool concept of having your own company and being so local and interacting with the whole city is the fact that you get to be there and leave a lasting impact. And obviously we're going for the positive impact.
Welcome back, everybody. We're going to debunk some common promo product myths. So the first myth that I've heard
Yeah.
is that promotional products are junk.
Yeah. Some people say like, oh, is that a tchotchke?
Tchotchke or trash and trinkets.
Trash and trinkets.
Trash and trinkets, we've heard that a lot. And actually, it's interesting because it's sort of true sometimes and a myth other times, is that promo products are junk.
They can be.
And I really think that there are a lot of promo products that are junk.
Yeah.
And you hear the term trash and trinkets.
Oh yeah.
So
Forever.
Yeah. And it's not really a myth because there are a lot of trashy, junky promo products.
I think the danger ones are the call of, do guys have anything for under $1? That's always like, oh, God. Of course we do, but is it
Yeah.
any good?
I think there can be.
Sure.
Yeah. But you run the risk of junky products. How about the myth would be that promo products are all junk?
Yeah.
Because, you do hear these terms, and there's a lot of truth to that because there is a lot of junk out there.
I would say less than it used to be, but early in my career, I remember doing 5,000 yo-yos for a really big utility company. And the yo-yos they were imported from China. And the QC at the time wasn't what it is now. And I had to go down there and sit in somebody's office and go through a lot of yo-yos and kind of get the good ones that worked and replace the others. And so I think that's where it came from, is probably the, cheap Chinese stuff.
The
right?
cheap imports. But, imports have changed
They have.
as well. We do a lot of really cool import stuff, and it is really good. I think the competition in the factories has improved and increased. And, you still find your cheap imports,
Oh, yeah, there's cheap imports.
Yeah.
There are companies out there that are import companies that don't actually have an office in the U.S., but you can do all this with email now. Mm-hmm. And you are guessing until it arrives. You are guessing at what you're going to get. And that's probably part of the myth, is people have guessed wrong to save a nickel.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of why we exist.
Well, I think probably all of you have had an experience where you got something and maybe it even looked like it was going to be great and it fell apart on you, or, maybe the pen leaked ink on your hand, or,
Could we have comments on that? Like,
Yeah.
can people put comments in about
Have you had
something that, just
junky promo products? I mean, do you know, surely everybody knows what we're talking about when we say the real cheapy stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah,
We'll come interview you.
Yeah. Yeah, put it in the comments for us. I'm interested to hear that. When we talk about cheap promo products, I would say quality matters. You can still have an inexpensive or a budget promo that is useful, that people keep and they really like. A chip clip.
Chip clips
is a great example. So you might have a magnet that you keep on your fridge. That's the plumber's contact info, or your electrician. It's like when something in your house breaks, you don't want to be fishing around. Where was that? What was their name? And who helped us last time? They were really good, and I can't remember. Well, I would say inexpensive magnet would be a great promo product for that type of company.
The cheapest way, or inexpensive, I guess, way to
Don't use the word.
do that is don't use the word cheap. My friend said, I used to have a friend that would go, whenever somebody wants a better price, and I will repeat back what they say when they say they want it cheaper. I will repeat it back, and I'll punch the word cheap. You want something cheaper? Oh, I don't do cheaper, which I thought...
And I emphasize the word
I
cheap.
I used to think he actually didn't do it because it sounded like an insane person, but he claims he did.
I believe
And he
it.
would not negotiate price. If you want a cheaper vendor, go somewhere else. Click. And I'm like, wow.
I know
that's a
who you're
move.
talking about, and
Yeah.
I think he actually did that.
Yeah, he probably.
I'm guessing he did.
He's not in the business anymore.
Oh, well.
He was too cheap.
All right.
There
So,
it is.
all right. So, bottom line, quality matters.
Oh, I was going to say one good use that's really inexpensive to do is when we had the heater redone. Mm-hmm. The guy just left a magnetic sticker
on the
if my heater breaks.
metal.
There's this number right there.
Yep.
Yep.
That was actually brilliant. And so, whether it's inexpensive, we'll use that word, or a really, higher budget promo product, I think the right use of the promo product matters. A magnet like that is perfect. I mean, a perfectly placed promotional product.
You
That's
know what would
kind
be
of
good?
what you want to...
Another good move for him. Let's think about this. If you took like a magnetic whiskey flask and you filled it, right, so it would age by the time it broke, you just stuck it there with the name of the plumber on there. That'd be pretty clever. You guys can have that one for free.
Wow. That was really amazing.
Aged whiskey, right?
From the name of the podcast, it was called the Offbeat podcast.
Yes.
So that's why we bring Bob in.
All right, Shannon.
All right. What's our next myth, Bob?
Well, I think some people think promo products are expensive, and you know what? They can be. Like, I'm wearing a members only jacket. This is not a cheap one to do. So why would you do it?
Well, that goes back to the use of the promo product.
Yeah.
If it is a gift or showing appreciation, that would be perfect. I would love to get a members only jacket as a gift, or just commemorating a certain special event.
Could I pull that off as giving it to you for a birthday present? Because I can get them for cost.
I would accept it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think, I've been wearing this for, I think, 6 days straight. Oh.
He's a comic relief guy. Let's be actually more politically.
It'd be a relief if I weren't here, I think is more accurate.
Anyway.
So, Shan,
Okay. Yes, Bob.
another myth that maybe only big companies should do promo products. I hear that from time to time, like, we're small, what would be the point?
We don't have the budget for that,
Yeah.
or we're small. But that's exactly when you do want to use promo products, because promo products have a range of costs. And if you're clever with the use of a promo product, I think you can, a well-placed promo product can really pay dividends.
Also, if you're, say, a service company, say you're in Park City and you're a plumber, right?
Yeah.
Why would you need 15,000 of anything? Your audience is smaller.
Mm-hmm.
That's who you're after. You don't want to go to California and plumb. If you're a national plumbing company, do 15,000 because you're covering America.
Right.
If you're kind of a smaller company and you're just service, perhaps, then stay there.
Right.
Do what's needed for the area, I'd say, right?
Or, that brings me to a point, which is, you want to first ask the question of, what are you trying to achieve with this promotion?
Mm-hmm.
Are you trying to build name recognition? Are you commemorating a special event?
Yeah.
Is it a appreciation? Are you trying to just get your name out there so people will remember to call you next time?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's really important to ask first,
Right. And do your employees, do you think your employees, speaking of that, you do nice members, do you think they wear it?
Yeah, and I think when an employee gets a gift showing their appreciation, the company's appreciation for their work, I think that makes them feel proud, and when they wear it, they get that feeling again and again.
Yeah.
So, there we go back to that emotional connection to the promotional product. And
Yeah.
I mean, you love that members only jacket.
Don't tell everyone.
He loves it. He really loves
Well,
it.
I'm a member.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a whole story there, but we won't digress onto that.
No, we won't.
Yeah. Okay, so I've got another one for you, Bob. This myth, I've heard this, that promotional products do not actually influence consumer behavior.
I wouldn't tell Nike that.
Right.
Does anyone not know what the Nike swoosh is?
Exactly.
Do people just buy it because it's got the swoosh?
Definitely.
How about Jordan, Air Jordans? They actually had a second life. Now kids that never saw Michael Jordan play, that's all like influenced by the brand. That's Nike being brilliant.
That's it, like a brand empire.
Yeah. What happened to Puma? Not as popular. Never got a guy to sign up. Never got that kind of, everybody knows Puma.
Mm-hmm.
When I was a kid, I thought Pumas, like, oh, Pumas. But now we're adults. Guess what? It's Nike won, didn't they?
Yeah.
Can you even get a Puma shoe? We might not want to say that because maybe Puma's trying really
Are you
hard.
going to bleep him?
I'll just, we can use this in the podcast or not, but I was watching, I'm watching King's highlights, right? And Burger King has their commercial every time you have to watch the commercial. And I find this interesting. If you listen to the new Burger King commercial, the singers don't sing very well. I don't think I've ever seen that. It's strategic. They can afford a brilliant singer.
Yeah.
And it's like, have it your way. And I'm like, wow. And right? It's really not. I hope the singer's not offended. But I thought it was kind of weird. Like, okay, I see what they're doing, right? They're going. It doesn't have to be Adele. We got every man who's
They each
doing the
want,
football
they
chorus.
can each sing it their way, and they can have their burger their
Yeah.
way.
Well, I think it's a rap.
I guess that's the point.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's one. Digital marketing has made promotional products obsolete.
Oh yeah, I can see that one.
Digital marketing, we're kind of inundated with this.
Yeah.
I mean, we get emails. How many emails do you get in your inbox a day? Would you
Several
say?
hundred.
At least,
Yeah.
right? And, when you're trying to watch a show or a video or something and you get these ads popping up, I mean, how many of those do you see a day?
Well, I always look immediately to see how long till I can skip it.
Yeah.
Like I look right down the right and go 5, 4, 3.
Yeah. Or, just a little, I'm trying to get a recipe and I can't even see the ingredients because there's little ads there. So I think people crave the in-person experience.
You have to wear a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Even if you're looking at a video, you're going to wear a T-shirt. So at least wearables are functional, right?
That's a great point because wearables, that's just a walking billboard.
Yeah.
And if it's a really cool looking art on your T-shirt, you're gonna love wearing that shirt. People are gonna go, "Hey, where'd you get that?"
Yeah, it's walking. In my case, it's more of a strutting. I don't just walk.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Can we get a video of that?
I got John Travolta type walk. I'm gonna get after it.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm going somewhere, everyone's gonna know that guy's got a stride.
Right. How about Mick Jagger?
Mick Jagger's he beats me.
All right.
Yeah,
well,
he strides.
If he was wearing your brand
Yeah.
on a T-shirt,
We'd be millionaires.
oh man. So, but I was going to ask if anybody out there had any myths for us to debunk, any promo product myths you've heard. Yeah, we like to debunk them.
We do? I like to debunk stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to write a book.
Oh God.
Oh, God. We'll be right
We'll
back.
be right back. All right, welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back.
We are going to talk about promo product trends.
Trends, past or present.
Any kind of, I guess we could open it up.
There's some
to-
fun past ones.
Yeah, I know you want to talk about that. So
Which one?
whatever you got.
Which one do I want to
Whatever's
talk
making you like that, give you that gleam in your eye.
Oh, fidget spinners. Remember those?
Oh, who doesn't remember fidget spinners?
Do you know when I knew fidget spinners was a trend was when London.
Oh, London again.
We were in London.
The same trip.
Same trip.
Okay.
And I went, there was like a stand that sold beer on the street, which of course I'm like, hey, let's get a beer. The only other thing they had was fidget spinners. And I was like, oh my God, these things were everywhere.
Yeah.
This guy went, I have beers and where do I get 100 fidget spinners? And then I remember when they went out and they were still they were at places like the market in Park City.
People were trying to dump those things.
They were just sitting in front like, please take them.
Yeah.
They went up and down so faster than anything I ever remember seeing.
And the kids each had like 10
Several.
or 15
Yeah, they would try to get one
different
faster than the other.
small ones, bigger
Yeah.
ones. They had different, some of them lit up.
Where are they? Do you know?
Oh, I'm sure we got rid of them. Everybody got rid of their fidget
Shannon
spinners.
throws everything away.
Not everything.
Well, I'm still here.
All right. So what about current trends in promo products?
Current trends. What is trending right now?
I do want to mention something. It's not really a trend, actually. It's something that a lot of people are interested in, and that is eco-friendly and sustainable products and product materials.
You know what, though? I can weigh in on this. I feel like they are, but I feel like it's a little bit like electric cars used to be. Remember when you were like, do you want a regular car or do you want the same car and it's part electric? And you go, well, how much more is the electric? And they're like 10 grand. You're like, I'll take the regular one. I feel like we're right on the border where some companies do it and some don't want to pay the extra because it's made of bamboo.
But, I don't think that a lot of sustainable products are not more expensive. They're just made in different ways. And I think because this, what used to be a trend is really here to stay.
Oh, yeah.
I think, we really have to look at how we produce all products.
Yeah.
And I think your analogy is good because this is my prediction. It's not going to be a category anymore. It's going to be something that is more and more mainstream. And, everybody's jumping on this bandwagon.
Yeah.
And pretty soon it's just going to be the norm.
Yeah, I think so.
That being said, there are, we are still sort of in not initial stages, but kind of at the beginning.
Yeah.
And so some sustainable products, I think manufacturers are figuring it out.
Yeah, I think there's a transition going on there where, they have to look good too. Mm-hmm. And at first they were just way more expensive. Mm-hmm. And now they're like, some of them have solved it and some are like, this is, made of recyclable material. And it's like, that's clear.
Yeah.
It's ugly. Right. So I think we'll get to where everything is recyclable. Mm-hmm. I think the planet needs to.
Yeah. And, there's lots of categories of sustainable promo products. I mean, there's a whole category of wearables.
Yeah.
And I'm just seeing more and more options in that area because I think companies are taking responsibility and they want to be a part of the solution.
Yeah.
Remember
when probably the first vendor that ever did it, and they made a shirt out of like recycled Pepsi, and they printed it all over. This is recycled. It's like, I think we're going to move
we're past that.
We're
past
showing
that.
You how green we are.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And, there's some of our manufacturers and vendors that's all they produce is sustainable products.
Yeah.
That's their entire line.
It used to be a little checkbox where you could find
here's our little group,
Yeah, this little.
And
Remember when tech stuff was a trend?
Yes. And because, if we roll back a little ways in the history of promo products and, back to the days where promo products were just the, real crappy plastic things.
Yeah. I remember.
Then you get new categories coming out and tech items was like something really new and cool. And like, what do you remember about the first tech items?
512 megabyte USB.
Yeah, the USB drive.
You can put everything right on this. It's not even that much memory now, right? But that was probably one of the first ones. You can get your data off your computer, which no one, this is pre-cloud, obviously.
Right.
Now I bet that one I don't remember the last time I had a request.
I don't see those really too much anymore. I think they're still around, but now you're seeing a lot of portable chargers.
Yeah.
Things that are, to
cord conversions,
little carrying case for your cords and your devices.
Yeah. Mini suitcases for tech gear, right? Their little carriers and stuff.
And then talking about those little inexpensive things, I've seen these little, the data protection.
Yeah.
So if you plug in your USB and then you plug this little thing in, then people can't.
You know what the
hack
problem with
your
that
stuff.
is? It's this big.
Yeah, but if
I'm
you're
going to lose
using,
that by the time I get to the airport.
well, if you're using it all the time, maybe
I'm
I
just
don't know.
saying
I
that's
think that was kind of a cool item, but yeah, it is small.
It needs some kind of
People in our family would lose it immediately.
Oh yeah, I'd drop it. I'd never see it again. It's like it's down there somewhere.
But then somebody else has your branded item. I mean, it's out there.
It's this big.
It's out there.
How big can the brand be? What's the imprint size?
Oh,
A centimeter by a centimeter.
that is a drawback. So
Yeah.
pros and cons of promo products.
Yeah. Oh, that's a different.
That's a
podcast.
different. All right. So what about personalization in promo products?
So you know it's yours.
I like it. I mean,
Yeah.
Especially when you're doing something, you're giving something out at an event or for a team.
Yeah.
Think of like kids' sports teams.
I think people like to have their names on stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you get that little thrill that,
Do you think that's good marketing?
I do, Bob.
Yeah, they do. Well, kids love it, right?
Kids
Seeing
love
their
it.
name on
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
Right?
We're putting together right now a little online shop where we thank our customers when they give us an order.
Yeah.
And we send them to this little shop where they can choose their own gift.
Yeah.
And a lot of those gifts can be personalized with their name. And, back to that feeling and enjoying something. I mean, have you ever had, we talked about this a little bit, a special T-shirt that
Oh yeah.
you loved and when you wore it, it gave you a certain feeling.
I actually graduated middle school, 7th grade, I think, for 8th grade. And I thought about it and I was adamant, like as some kind of statement. Remember, you're 13 years old or whatever. Led Zeppelin T-shirt. I wanted to walk across that thing.
Rocking
like
the
it was
Zepp.
some kind of rebellion.
Did you strut
Sounds so ridiculous.
across the stage?
Well, of course, that's where I developed the strut.
Yeah.
I probably that moment, like I knew I was going on stage.
Mm-hmm.
In real life, they're calling kid after kid after kid. No one paid any attention, but in my mind, it was my moment.
Yeah.
And Zeppelin was with me.
Yeah. I mean, I love music merch.
Yeah.
That's something we do a lot of at Offbeat. Just, touring bands, their T-shirts, their hats, their giveaways, or their things they sell while they're touring. I love that stuff.
that's
It's
fun
fun.
stuff.
We don't get to talk about it too much because
No, we're not.
they make us sign these,
You're saying it on a
disclosure.
podcast.
No, I didn't say any name.
Oh,
I
yeah,
didn't
you
name
didn't.
names, Bob. I didn't name
Yeah,
names.
you didn't.
But yeah, we got to sign these contracts that we're not going to tell people who we print shirts for. But it's
Yeah.
pretty fun.
It is really fun. But that's not, we're off the person.
Are we off topic? No, that's
Yeah, what trends are you guys seeing out there?
in
with
promo products.
Yeah. This is the part where you guys type something in. Yeah.
We'll be right back.
You know dandelions are weeds, right? Like, why bother? You're not gonna get any girls with those.
Well, these aren't dandelions. They're brandy lions. Brandy lions. Like dandelions, but with your brand on them. Like your logo.
Oh, but how does that get you any... Ladies,
I love your brandy lines.
See what I mean? They can't resist you and your brandy lions.
wow! I've got to get me some brandy lines today.
Okay, so maybe it doesn't explain exactly what we do, but it talks about that we brand stuff and that we got a lot of these shirts. Is it the shirts or the video? All of it.
So, Bob, we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
We talked about some myths.
Trends.
Trends.
Yep.
Yep. And, how you can choose a promo product for a particular purpose, and it can be perfect, and it doesn't have to be expensive. It can be expensive.
Yep.
There's, a promo product for every purpose.
There's Under Heaven.
Yeah. I just heard that too. Anyway,
thanks everybody for joining us.
Thanks everybody for joining us, and please do comment. We love feedback. We want to hear your thoughts and your experiences with promo products. So let us know. Let us know what you want to hear more about.
Do you think that people would want us to help them?
Of course.
Yeah.
If you guys want some help with your promo products or ideas for upcoming projects, let us know. We are happy to help, and we are full of ideas, right, Bob?
Well, we're
full
of something.
I knew that joke was coming.
Yeah, it was too easy.
It was, yeah.
We can help you guys if you do desire it. No pressure. Obviously, I don't even know if you're watching, so
if you're
why
not
would
watching, never mind.
Yeah, well, for sure they're not going to ask.
Thanks for putting up with us.
Thank you so much
jokes.
for hanging out. Oh, wow. That's so rude. I had at least one good joke today, right?
Yeah. Ish.
Can you guys edit in better jokes?
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's not very hard, though.
Just overdub it.
Oh, anybody can do better jokes. Thank you guys for hanging out. It's 7:10 somewhere.
Thank you. See you next time.
See you next time.